Melody and I point toward trying to retain the value of what you have. If you happen to make a lot of money, that's fine. But the idea is not to get crippled like everybody is going to get further crippled in these markets, whether it's in CDs or insurance policies, annuities, or in the stock market or in the bond market. You want to be out of all that stuff. And the only safe place to be is gold and silver. And plus all these other social and political things you've got going on are dreadful. I mean, listen to the archive on the program with Alex I was on today. Webster Tarpley, Wayne Madsen and I, and then the hour after that, the Webster Tarpley was on. And the conditions in this country are the same as they were in Soviet Russia and in Nazi Germany at the beginning. You people don't understand. I've studied this stuff deeply. I was involved in it as a spy. And so I understand what's going down. And it's nasty. And you're not going to like what's going to happen. So, with that said,
all these distractions, Bob, it keeps people from really seeing that things are continuing to erode. I mean, there are so many, from watching the Dow to the economy to watching this fiasco with GM, all these other fiascos that are coming up. Those are just distractions to make you, to keep people from really seeing what's happening.
That Michael Jackson garbage was terrible.
That's one, too. I mean, so
cost the citizens of Los Angeles County $1.4 million for that fiasco. And I was on a program in San Bernardino, and they asked me about it, and it was late yesterday when I started to recover from this rotten cold. And I mentioned that, and the announcer is a lady, and she said, "What do you think?" I said, "Well, the citizens shouldn't be paying for that. The family should be." And I said, he was an excellent entertainer, but, the man was a pedophile. He was a pervert. And, why would be praising this creature? I mean, I don't get it. I mean, where are people's minds? Unbelievable. Anyway, we got a lot of questions here, so.
Yeah, I do. I got
Let's get into it. Here we go. Number one, John. You recently mentioned that money market deposits are more secure than CDs. Why? Because most of the money market funds are in treasury paper of one form or another. They do operate and buy other things, CDs included, but they are guaranteed by the federal government, and they would probably be easier to get your money from if you needed it during an emergency, as opposed to a CD which has a time limit on it. This FDIC does not insure money market. Just the United States government does, not through an agency. CDs are protected by the FDIC up to $250,000, and that comes up for renewal this fall. And whether they'll renew it or not, I don't know. If you want me to guess, I'll say they probably will. But I don't think you should have money in either place. I think it would be a better idea that you took the money and bought gold and silver-related assets, or at worst, Canadian treasuries. Next is Taleb. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Do you think that with the new bottom in equities, gee, I didn't know there was new bottom, that you were predicting, and I feel that's inevitable. The dollar will show increased strength and gold will weaken. No, Caleb, it does not work that way. The market goes down, the dollar goes down, and gold goes up. That's how it works. You will see. Because you say the pattern seems to be that when equities fall, so does gold. Why is this? That is not a pattern. That is manipulation by your government. That's why you've seen it happen. And when the market plunges, they're going to have very little control. So you're not going to see that happen, I don't think. With only a small number of the world population holding gold, have you ever thought of what would happen to the price of gold in a global meltdown when everyone will try to simultaneously buy coins and shares to preserve their wealth? Well, the price will go up. It's pretty simple. Thanks. Thanks for your letter, Caleb. Next, I'm going to skip these two because you probably got them. I'm going to have you do them. Oh, this one's a beauty. This is from Kurt. And Kurt is very mad at the government. He said those so-and-sos, and I won't repeat them, have pulled it off again in the last minute. What should be a 300-point drop today, and that was on Wednesday, in the Dow, they goosed it up like a scantily clad girl at a rock concert, and it finishes in the green. This guy must be a writer of note. Probably Henry Miller's grandson or something like that. I guess that joke is too old for you people, huh? Do you remember who Henry Miller was?
Henry?
Yeah, he wrote a thing called The Tropic of Capricorn and then The Tropic of Cancer, and they're both books about sex and things like that during the 40s, and it was quite the thing because people didn't write those kind of books. Anyway. Manipulation is a disgrace to the people of the United States.
Were they good books, Bob? Did you read?
Oh, I had to. When you read history, you have to read everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I burned them after I finished, of course.
Of course. There were no pictures, right?
No, there were none. There were none. They helped me with my geography, though. I really discovered where the tropics were.
Mm-hmm.
Capricorn and Cancer.
Yeah.
So it's very educational, actually. Anyway, all of our politicians are co-conspirators at the very least, and they neglect to address the situation. Why on earth is China allowing this, and why have they not? And why have not the other nations pitched a fit about the gold manipulation? And it's a good question, Kurt. I don't know why. Probably scared to death. How can the rest of the world allow Goldman Sachs, JPM, and Citi to short their gold and silver assets and not go into the markets, buy the metals, and demand delivery? What he's saying here is that if you want to stop these people, just keep on taking delivery, and Melody has said that a number of times. Okay, here we got another one here, and this is from Murray. Oh boy, he's got 5 questions. Here we go. How do you foresee Canadian oil company shares, Shell, Suncor, Encana, CNRL, and Talisman, doing for the next 6 months based on your estimates regarding the U.S. dollar performance? I think they'll do okay. They're not going to run away into the sunset, but they should do okay. They're good companies, all of them. B, how do you think the Canadian dollar will do over the next 6 months? And I'll say that that's versus the U.S. dollar. And I will say I think it will go up in value. C, how will the Canadian gold shares do over that period? The same thing. They will go up in value. D, I understand that Germany never let go of its manufacturing. If that is true, then at least even a severe recession, even in a severe recession, they can still produce their own consumer goods. And that's true. But Europe has a lot of problems, and Germany has problems. They certainly don't have a real